Today is World Diabetes Day, but do you know the difference between type 1 and type 2? KHQA's Lauren Kalil is live this morning to explain the difference and let us know if one may be more dangerous than the other. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning, Chad. Well, if you're somebody living with diabetes, you know that this little device could be your lifesaver. And when the number shows up on that screen, you hope that it's right where you want it to be.
Feeling thirsty, feeling generally tired, having frequent urination.
These are the most common signs for someone who might have diabetes. This happens when your body can't make the use of insulin properly, and insulin is what carries sugar to the bloodstream to use for energy. So when it comes to diabetes, there are two different types.
Type 1 diabetes is where the pancreas is not making any insulin at all. This is typically a diagnosis that's given in childhood. Supplemental insulin is always required for that. Type 2 diabetes is where the pancreas is secreting some insulin, however it may not be enough to keep up with the body's demands, and sometimes the body becomes resistant to that insulin.
Another main difference between the two types is for type 1, the cause is unknown, but the main risk factor is your family history. And with type 2, you could develop it due to high blood pressure, high cholesterol, and obesity. But something they do share in common is there really is no cure for either type, but you can control them.
Monitoring those blood sugars, working on exercise, kind of improving your plate.
And while neither type is more dangerous than the other, if you don't monitor your blood sugar, there can be some serious long-term complications.
You could suffer from, heart disease. You're at an increased risk for stroke. You also could have, blindness. There's, a lot that you could suffer from if you leave your blood sugars high for long periods of time and ignore them.
I'm here with Jill Wellman, whose daughter has type 1 diabetes. Now, Jill, can you tell me, your daughter Sydney, for parents out there whose children may also have diabetes, do you have any advice for them?
When your child's first diagnosed, it's really just finding support and people that maybe have children with diabetes that you can kind of reach out to. That can kind of help you through that initial, learning curve, basically. And then really your educators. There's so many people involved on a diabetes care team that parents need to reach out and be involved with. Not only your, pediatric endocrinologist, but your diabetic educator, a dietitian, nutritionist. If your child's on a pump, the pump trainer and pump educator. There are just so many people that play a role in helping the parents to better understand what their child is going to be facing with diabetes, as well as the education for the child themselves. Outside of the kind of the medical team, there are so many great organizations with the ADA, the American Diabetes Association, and with children, specifically JDRF, which is the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. And those organizations are wonderful for parents to get involved with. It's basically a community of parents that are kind of going through the same challenges that you are. So definitely reach out to those organizations as well.
Well, thank you so much, Jill, and I'm so happy that you have that support. And then families out there, you can also get that support. And today is World Diabetes Day, so make sure that you get educated. Chad?
All right, thanks so much, Lauren.